Alright, how's it going everybody? Today we are going over the final video in my Superman collection. This time you've already seen Superman, you've already seen Action Comics, so today I'm going to cover the little bit we're going to group up Superman's pal, Jimmy Olsen, Adventure Comics, and my Superboy run. Most of these ones are each about a third of what you've seen from my other two, so we're going to group them together in one nice video. I'm also going to have two separate Action Comics that I just picked up this past weekend, but I might as well include them in this video before I tuck them away in my boxes. And I'm excited to get this video out because it's kind of the conclusion of the trilogy for everything I have for Superman, and because I have just off camera over here a good stack of recent pickups from my local comic book shop, some eBay purchases, some claim sales that I'm really happy to go over with you guys. But I want to get this video out of the way before we get into that. So without further ado, let's go over. Alright, so to start this video off, we're going to delve into the Adventure Comics first. Every Adventure Comics issue I own, I got from another one of Mint Hunter Comics claim sales, where most of these came from. So these, again, it's going to be impressive how many I have, given that I wasn't collecting this series before that claim sale. But to start it off, we have a nice, beautiful, dark cover right here with Adventure Comics number 312. Then we're going to go into that theme of yellow covers that I love so much. And then we're going to have Adventure Comics 322. You got Super Horse, Streaky, Crypto, Super Monkey on the cover. Nice, cool kind of a legion of super pets right there. All right, and then next up we have Adventure Comics number 333. And most of these ones, too, are minimum of fine plus condition, most of which are in a nice, very fine, like this right here, Adventure Comics 334. Another cool purple background color, the cloudy purple sky. A lot of these covers, I love it. I believe, again, it's more Kurt Swan. And just something about his style for the Silver era, it just really kind of brings you back and makes you feel what it was like when these comics were coming out back then. I have Adventure Comics number 342. This one is in very fine condition. This thing is in an immaculate copy. I was really happy when this one came in. And again, when you're kind of bulk buying on claim sales, you just get in that frenzy of trying to claim it before somebody else does, even if you think it's one you might want. That condition sometimes comes secondary, and then when it arrives, you're kind of filtering through. It's kind of like a bad hangover, seeing what you did the night before. Here we have Adventure Comics number 344. Awesome Superman being attacked by aliens right here. And I love all these ones too that kind of have that checkered flag streaking going across the top right here. Just again, adds another super cool feel to these DC books. Right here we have Adventure Comics 345. Let's see. The glare is not too terrible. That's the only bad thing with these. I have them in full back boards with Mylar, and they look great. They're super protected. But Mylar makes everything glossy, shiny, which is great when you're looking at it in person, but not always the best when you're trying to capture it on camera, especially given mine is very low quality at the moment. So now we have Adventure Comics 354. And this one is it might be my favorite one I have in this run. This is Adventure Comics 358. This is honestly probably closer to a near mint minus copy than very fine. It is a dark background. I don't know if it even there's the slightest of staple stress, but no actual real spine ticks. This cover is beautiful. The bold character, Superboy in the sight right there, Superboy, Superman. It's just, it takes up the full cover. I love this with a passion. To see if we can get it with just a bit glare, but it looks like no matter what, because of how dark the background is, it's going to have some shine. But this one is just a beautiful copy. Then we have Adventure Comics 359. Just another one amongst all the other ones I ended up getting in the lot that day. Then we have Adventure Comics 360. And again, just trying to take a look and figure out if we can get a good angle without as much of the bag glare. But no matter where I put my lighting source, it seems like the bag manages to catch any and all light it can. So bear with me on this one. Adventure Comics 362. This one is in amazing shape as well. The only problem is the staple is still attached down here, but something weird is happening where the book is indented and pushed in. And you can see that whatever is going on with it is causing the pages and the cover not to be perfectly lined up. It's all still attached. The book is in amazing shape. This cover looks beautiful, but there's just that something weird going on with that spine and staple that's pulling the whole book kind of off center. Adventure Comics 363. Again, just another cool purple background. You got Black Day for the Legion. Then we're going to go with one of my other, out of the ones I have, one of my other favorite covers. This is Adventure Comics 366. You have this fight going on in the boxing ring right here, fighting some kind of giant alien. This is just another one where that solid green background and the way the characters are taking up the whole cover, and it's in about near mint minus condition again, where I love this book. It's one of, again, the best ones I have in my Adventure Comics collection. I was super happy when I picked this one up. Colors on that too are just great. They're not dull at all. They are still popping. Right, and see what I mean? Apparently that was all I had for Adventure Comics. Not a crazy long run, but just some cool, awesome covers in there in that short burst. So now, as you can see, we're going to move into Superman's pal, Jimmy Olsen, with number 92. Beautiful yellow cover, 12-cent issue. You got Jimmy Olsen as Agent 55 in a one-man war against the Superman-Batman team from Scar. This cover, again, just Jimmy Olsen beating up Batman, beating up Superman. That awesome classic yellow cover. Was really happy when this one popped up. And I think I only have a very few of the Jimmy Olsens, because again, I wasn't planning to collect any Superman, so let alone any subcategories. It's get lesser and lesser as we go. Then we have Superman's pal, Jimmy Olsen, number 105. Awesome black background. They're on some planet. Jimmy Olsen is apparently getting his head punched right off his body, Elastic Olsen. And I haven't read it yet, but apparently, whatever's going on here, you have maybe the original Jimmy Olsen, Werewolf Jimmy, Elastic Jimmy, Fat Jimmy, looks like some kind of porcupine Jimmy Olsen. So, the world of 1,000 Olsens. This one I'll actually have to check out and read. I have a reading list, but I'm picking up so many of these so fast, I might have to deviate and just start plugging away at the ones that look more interesting, because I would like to know what is going on in that book. All right, then I have just a great classic Neil Adams cover right here. Superman's pal, Jimmy Olsen, 121. Pretty much looks like Jimmy, if this is the real Jimmy, is faking his death so he can figure out who Superman is once and for all. Just another great classic cover in this series. This one's a little lower grade, but this cover I do love so much that I would like to actually upgrade it. I'm not trying to collect a huge chunk of the Jimmy Olsen run, but this one, everything about it, the detail, the colors, the dark space, the lighting, I do want this in my collection in a way higher grade copy. I mean, it looks that good. This is Superman's pal, Jimmy Olsen, 126. And again, just him laying here on this planet, all the rubble under him with the astronauts. This is just a super cool cover in the run. Then you have Superman's pal, Jimmy Olsen, 135. This is another one of those covers that I just love when there's mini versions or something going on of the character. So this guy is literally just pumping out evil little Supermen, it looks like. The way they're all just drowning Superman, pulling him down to the ground. I think this might be either the first cameo of Darkseid or first full Darkseid. I forget what it is, but there is some key significance to this book. I more bought it for the Neil Adams classic cover aspect. Out of the whole series, for the ones I've seen pop up, this was one of my favorites. Super cool cover. And then it looks like this is the last one I own for Jimmy Olsen. Superman's pal, Jimmy Olsen, number 142. This awesome vampire werewolf Jack Kirby cover. This one, again, just it's a little newer than what I was collecting, but the condition of it, the fact it's a Jack Kirby, I love the vampire aspect on the front cover. This is another one I happily had to pick up when it popped up in the claim sale to add to the collection. This is a really fun one to have. All right, so that'll be the last of the Jimmy Olsen. So next we're going to start dipping into the Superboy. All right, to start it off, the oldest one I have is Superboy 135. This one is in a little bit of a lower shape right here. Decent amount of wear on the spine. Little something going down below. Date stamp, but as I've said before, I'm not too worried about date stamps. I actually enjoy them if they're in the right spots. So, but that's one also that the cover is not anything crazy classic to me where I'm fine not upgrading it. This, however, I think this is the first Superboy, the first Superboy book I ever bought. This is number 142. This awesome light green giant super ape cover popped up. The way that blue just pops and offsets off that green background, this is the one that started it all. This came up in Mint Hunter Comics collection or claim sale. I bought it, I won it. And then this is the one that made me start paying attention to Superboy. I'm not one that needs to collect animal covers, ape covers. It's more just everything about this, the ape, the colors, the big bold character that's taking up the entire frame. I loved everything about it that it started me paying more attention to other Superboy books that were coming up. Before in claim sales, I'd see them, I wouldn't really pay attention. This one made me really lock into different DC Silver Age books that weren't just Batman or Detective Comics, and I think I'd even started doing The Flash. This is the book that really kind of caused me to delve into many various DC Silver Age titles that I now have short boxes of. So whether good or bad, this is the book that started all of that. Really happy that this one's in the collection now. That'll always have a special place for me just for that sole reason. Here we have Superboy 143. This is where we're getting into again. A lot of the ones that I specifically tried to hunt down after I was first turned on to it were the Neal Adams covers, of course. So this is another great Neal Adams classic, the way he's taking up that entire cover. This is just a beautifully painted and colored cover right here. Awesome one in the collection. Then we have Superboy 150. This is another one that, it's in good shape, but I love the cover so much, I would upgrade it and get it very fine to a near mint. This is closer to a fine plus, and I'm not sure what it is, but something about the way this character, Mr. Cypher, right here is drawn, maybe it's just the angles, the chiseledness, the purple jacket they use with him. I love the cover, even though the colors aren't anything crazy for the background. And I really want to get a higher grade copy in the collection. This one is super cool for the Superboy run. Next up, we have Superboy 151. This one is probably in like a lower to mid-grade condition right here. Fair amount of wear on the spine, fair amount of wear up in the corner. I forget if I said it or not, but it's Superboy 151. This is another one that I'm torn or not. The cover's pretty cool, but I haven't decided if it's cool enough to go out of my way to find a higher copy. If one pops up, I'll definitely buy it, but I don't know if I'm going to be seeking out a better grade yet. All right, then we have Superboy 152. Another one where you kind of have everything you want going on for the Silver Age. Bright, bold colors that peel back of the curtain or the page effect to something underneath. That creature, Superboy, underneath being unveiled. Everything you want in a classic Silver Age cover. Awesome Superboy right there. Then I have Superboy 157. I think we're in that period now where the next little burst of these are ones I specifically tracked down off of eBay in high grade because the covers had caught my eye and I wanted them in a very fine to near mint bare minimum. So these ones are really, really cool for that Neal Adams era. Then we have Superboy 159. Again, one of my favorite covers in the run. Because again, it has the small, even though this is perspective, these small Superboys taking up the cover, the way the blue and red are offset against that weird olive green background. This is a really, really awesome one. I really had to have this one when I saw it. Superboy 159, 15 center. Awesome cover. And it's tough when you're talking about books you love back to back. I find I'm saying the same words over and over. The color really pops, things like that. But I'll work on getting a lot better with my adjectives. It's just a lot of these books, when you look at them and you see them, you love them. It's all internal. So getting a lot of it out into words sometimes isn't the easiest, but the love is there. Superboy 161. This is just a nice near mint crisp clean copy. This is beautiful. That light yellow going into the darker yellow background. Superboy just throwing the costume off to the side, quitting, wants to be a normal boy. That one, while the cover's pretty cool, was more conditioned by. I couldn't believe how high grade that was. Then I have Superman 163. Again, classic, just Neal Adams goodness. I believe, if I'm getting some of these wrong, go ahead and let me know, but I believe I'm still in that awesome Neal Adams era. Just that dark, shadowy silhouette cover. Then I have my first giant size issue in the run, Superboy 165. Just a cool yellow cover, reprinting some of the older stories. Then we have Superboy 167. Awesome super baby cover right here. Blowing up a volcano. Thinks it's fun. Of course it is. Awesome 15-cent issue. This one is super, super cool. This is Superboy 175. That awesome Scarecrow Superboy ghosting soul leaving the body. Super dark purple cover with the green grass offsetting in the background. This is a crisp, very fine to near mint minus copy. This thing is beautiful. It is another one of the ones that I stocked down on eBay specifically for the high grade. And we have Superboy 178, more Neal Adams greatness. This was another one. This is one of the first covers that I also got turned on to after the Ape issue. I saw this Superboy half bat kind of thing. And again, that perspective that Neal Adams does where he's crouched up in the corner of the cave, out of sight, while this mob with lighted torches coming at him in the group. That perspective play that he does so well is everything I love about Neal Adams. Then I have Superboy 184. The next few I think I got fairly recently, which is good because there was a claim sale just today that some of these came up in. So I didn't have to buy them, thankfully, because I already have them a nice high grade. So Superboy 184, getting a little shock in the looking glass right there. Let's be honest, we all do when we first wake up. All right, then we have Superboy 186. Nothing crazy about it, just a decent grade, decent grade 25-cent issue, 52-pager. And then the last book in my Superboy run, number 191. Again, just an awesome, what appears to be under the sea cover with this girl just walking on the bottom of the ocean, not a care in the world, Superboy in shock. This one, again, it's just that undersea perspective, the detail. It's just a fun cover. When you look at comics, it's just a fun cover. And now, out of all these titles, as I said, I think there's only one slab that fits into this category, so we'll do that. But first, I'm going to go over just two more books I got that will go towards my Action Comics collection that you guys saw recently. So let me grab those. First up, for my two pickups I had this past weekend, I have Action Comics 358. And I think both of these are, again, with most of my Action Comics, this Neal Adams classics. This Superman looking off ambulance in the distance. This guy telling him he just killed this man with his bare fists. him hanging his head in guilt and shame. Really, really cool cover. This one, it's more, because there's no crazy color, it's more just the detail on that one. And then, for the last pickup I had this weekend, that fits this category at least, Action Comics 363. Superman appears as infected with Virus X, causing him to be the leper from Krypton. This is another just big, bold Superman leaning against the wall, starting to turn green from the virus. It's just another fun Neil Adams cover that it just goes with all the other ones. I'm super happy with that I actually got turned on to these, because if I just stuck to Batman and Detective Comics and all of these went under the radar and I never knew about them, it would be a shame, because these covers are beautiful. And seeing how much they sell for in comparison to well-known titles, you can get very fine near-mint copies for super cheap when compared with other DC or Marvel titles in the Silver Age, that is. So these, if anything, need a lot more love. I'm happy in the meantime that I'm getting them for a good rate while they're flying under the radar. People that are already in this obviously already know how many awesome covers there are and have started collecting it. I'm just newer myself, but now with all my Action Comics, my Superman, my Superboy, Adventure Comics, Jimmy Olsen, I only have all of that is about one short box worth. So to give you an idea, we went over my Detective Comics and my Batman. That was all one short box each for those. So I still don't have a crazy amount yet, but we're getting there. We are getting there. So now we're going to go over the one slab I have that will fit into this collection. Okay, so here we have Adventure Comics 303 and an 8.5 off-white pages. This awesome, very, very light yellow, almost cream cover. You have Superboy right here being attacked by eagles with or falcons, with which look to be kryptonite tied to their talons. And the important of this issue is it is the origin and first appearance of Matter Eater Lad. That is right. This character, if you guys saw James Gunn's Suicide Squad, and then his spin-off show, Peacemaker mentioned this character that he had hung out and worked with him before. So he is canon to the DC universe, and he is canon to the James Gunn DC universe that we will get going forward. Probably will not ever see this character, as it was more of a throwaway line and a joke. But if he does pop up, it will be super, super cool. So in the meantime, I just have another awesome graded comic in my Adventure Comics collection. But if they actually decide to use this character, because James Gunn has taken lesser-known characters, Peacemaker himself, I'd never heard about until Suicide Squad. And now I love that character to the point that I had to track down his first appearance, which was not cheap. So if he actually does this character as well, given that it's from 1962, I will be super happy that I already have it in my collection and won't have to hunt it down after the fact. So again, this is Adventure Comics 303 and an 8.5, origin and first appearance of Matter Eater Lad. Alright, so there you have it. Just a fun little go through with the last little bit of my Superman collection right here. And like I said, it's just about that one short box right now. But like I said, I have some really, really cool pickups that I've been excited to show you guys that have been kind of piling up. So my next video is going to be a haul, eBay, claim sale, local pickup kind of video. That there's not going to be any rhyme or reason to it. There's going to be a little bit of everything in there. Some titles you've seen me get. Some titles you've never seen me get, as long with just some random DC Silver Age. So thank you guys again for checking out the last video, kind of the conclusion to the Superman trilogy series. And next time we'll just do a nice, fun haul claim sale video. So until then, thank you guys very much.